Hi Gemini, this is going to be your reading for mid-February. I'm so glad to be back on this channel reading for you guys. Thanks for joining me. So this is good for any placement of Gemini in your natal chart. As always, keep in mind this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. Things could be opposite and roles could be reversed as well. If you're new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Please subscribe and hit that bell so you know when I read for your sign. If you're not new, hi guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to read for you or any of the other 12 zodiac signs on this channel for a few months. Life was kind of crazy at the end of 2023. I'm so happy to be back here on this channel again, recommitting to reading for all 12 zodiac signs. Thanks for showing up for me as well. All right, let's get into it. So Gemini, we have a really strong 11th house activation for you, which is about the company that you keep. It is a place, the 11th house does speak to where the part of our life where the cosmos is going to grant wishes and where luck is on your side. But it's about friends and social occasions. And the 11th house is also what I call the 11th house is, the way I describe it is you are who you hang with. It's about the people that we surround ourselves with, like-minded individuals that have common goals, ideologies, interests. I see strongly that you are thinking about that in mid-February. If you're not thinking about that, this might be someone around you coming towards you. These are just the themes of mid-February for you, okay? So this could be the energy of someone coming towards you. Keep that in mind. Because the solar system activations are the asteroid of Vesta, which is an asteroid that sort of helps us keep it together in tense situations. The first house and the 11th house. Ninth house is at the bottom of the deck. That's Sagittarius's house. Broadening your horizons either spiritually, academically, or going on a long journey. This might be about religion, education, philosophy, politics. You might be noticing, Gemini, mid-February, who am I spending time with? What does this say about me? Because Vesta is the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center and your quiet dignity. You or someone around you is going to be quietly dignified. I feel like there's things that you want to say, but you know that it wouldn't make you look good if you said it. So I think the way you perceive yourself and the way others perceive you is going to be really important to you. What people see and the impression that you give is your first house with the 11th house. Also, out of all three of the main oracle decks that I used, they all talked together. Because out of my second oracle deck, I have people, kindred partnerships, the vast universe. It came in the reverse, and then victim mentality came in the upright with dark thoughts. Also, relationships, friendship, and envy came out. Surrender is at the bottom of the deck. I need to release control. Okay. They're all pretty much saying the same thing here, the oracle cards. So major themes for the middle of this month, Gem, are you may feel like somebody was your friend, like you want kindred partnerships, but with the vast universe coming into the reverse, you may feel like the pickings are slim for you. You may feel like you only have a few people in your life that you can trust right now. You may also feel like you've been the victim in some way. And it's okay to have a victim narrative, Gemini. Like, it really is okay. If you're being victimized by friends and people that you trust, then yeah, like that's a thing. But because the 9th house came out with the 11th house and the first house, and then relationships going into friendships, going into envy, we have dark thoughts, someone needs to surrender. There could be some jealousy around you right now. Maybe you're the one feeling jealous of friends, but someone's feeling jealous. You know, maybe your life is filled with a lot of harmony and love. I mean, you are the lovers, so most folks understand that, like, Gemini is like the matchmaker of the zodiac. You guys are really good at helping us see like who we align with and who we don't. You might notice jealousy. You might notice envy. People might be jealous of what you have. You might be having some dark thoughts. Maybe other people, if they're envious of you, might be having darker thoughts about their lives. That's kind of tough, especially if you're in a situation where you feel like all of a sudden you feel like, oh my gosh, who am I spending time with? Who am I surrounding myself with? They're all envious and jealous of me. We don't have the same spiritual beliefs or the same like values. Like, what am I doing here? You may really question the people you surround yourself with mid-month, okay? So the overall energy of the reading is death. The way someone's feeling is the Seven of Pentacles. You're being seen as the Wheel of Fortune. This Wheel of Fortune has been making its rounds. What you need to know are your advice. 2 cards came out, the Tower with the 2 of Cups. So be ready for an unexpected conversation, Gemini. Or you may say something to someone that shocks them, but then the final outcome is the Fool. And I feel like this means you're trying to break away from something. I think you're being very quiet. Either that or someone around you is being quiet. Oh my gosh. There's worry about something. Your intuition is telling you something that's making you emotional, that's making you worried, or someone else is feeling that way about you. Someone's walking away. 8 of Cups, giving it the cold shoulder. Sagittarius energy here. But then looking back over your shoulder. One last look. Messages from a King of Swords. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that card. I feel like, Gemini, some of you are taking one last look over your shoulder before you break away from something that has been slowly dying on an unconscious level within you for a really long time. Either that or you just have a Scorpio around you. I have a lot of Scorpio on the table. I have Aries, I have Libra, I have Leo. I have Pisces, so you might be dealing with those signs. If you have those placements in your chart, they might be coming out strong, so check those placements. But with death, that's transformation and an ending. Clarifying this is the Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Wands. For a lot of you, I feel like all of this is your energy, but you take it as it resonates. Someone might be feeling this way about you. Some of you are seeing something that you can't unsee. With the Hanging Man here, like you have to surrender. Someone has to allow for an ending. The death will be followed by a rebirth, but it's been going on like this for a while and a lot of heavy burdens. Like someone's realizing I have no choice but to accept an ending of some kind. You may be feeling that way. Someone may be feeling that way around you. Someone needs to accept an ending, but it's difficult to. The 7 of Pentacles. Lesai. This is a card that, like, he's waiting for something to happen, but it's also a card of retirement for some people, or like waiting for your labor to bear fruit. But it's also like just sort of watching the grass grow. We think about the past. He's thinking about something as he stands here and looks at his garden. It's clarifying this is the 2 of Cups, Judgment, and the 10 of Cups. Okay, so someone may have to make a really big decision. We have the Wheel and Judgment on the table. When those cards come out, Gemini, like for me, when I do a private reading, if I get Judgment with the Wheel of Fortune, some of you are at a real crossroads about where to go next in life. You know, whether or not to have children, whether or not to move family. Family may be involved because the 10 of Cups is here, or perhaps a tribe of people, your community. The 10 of Cups can be community as well. It's also about like happy endings. Sorry, I feel like I just got bitten by something, you guys. I'm itchy. So someone's at like this major crossroads. And again, with the Wheel and Judgment, the next decision someone makes is probably a really big decision. It could impact the next 20 years of your life. Because for me, the Wheel can be like a 10-year card or a cycle that involves up to a decade. Judgment could be like, that's a 20-year card for me. So someone's at a real crossroads, waiting for something to happen, hoping something will happen. They might be looking themselves in the mirror, trying to listen to what spirit and their higher self is telling them about family, about friends, about community, about how to have happy endings. How to have happy endings. I'm hearing that. Someone does know that something needs to transform and change. They know it, and it's been a long time coming. So that could be you or someone around you. And you're being seen as the Wheel of Fortune. You're being seen as fate and destiny itself, baby. The wild card. We never know what's going to happen when the wheel comes out, right? Moving through cycles, and people see you moving in different directions now, changing your own fate and destiny, maybe. Clarifying this is the Knight of Swords, the Sun, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, I really feel like this is your energy. You feel like you got to get out of a situation that doesn't make you comfortable, right? Let me guess, you feel like you can't really be yourself. in that scenario. It's like, I feel like this is you. This is one of your cards. You got to stay one step ahead of everybody else right now, huh? Can't out tricks the trickster. It's not show friends, it's show business. You got to do what you got to do. And I feel like this Knight of Swords is you jumping on the wheel of fortune saying, I know I'm feeling kind of like a lunatic right now, but carpe diem, like this is my moment. I have to take a risk to move towards happiness and to get out of a situation that I don't really feel comfortable with. I also think that something is great is about to happen in your life and someone else knows it. And someone else knows that once you are the fool and you take a step into your new journey, it's going to impact them in some way. And they know that. And I think that they're having an impulsive reaction to it. I also think that they're going to keep some things from you. Like this whole victim mentality thing and kindred partnerships with dark thoughts. Like seriously, Gemini, you might be that one person in someone else's life that they really trust and care about. You guys make really wonderful friends and you're really smart. I'm a Libra. I love Geminis because we're air signs. Like I love talking to you guys. You give really good advice. You're very intelligent. You're really fast and quick on the draw. You're funny. You're really good with like partnership alignment and value alignment and moral alignment. So like someone might really be afraid to lose you because you were that person for them. And it could be a romantic partner, a friend, a family member, your boss, a colleague. Like if y'all are about to go do something, it's inspiring someone, but it's inspiring them by like triggering them. Okay, so if that resonates for you, I'm hearing that really strongly. It's not that someone doesn't want to see you happy or succeed. It's like, oh my God, if Gemini does this, what does that mean for me? Because with judgment here, like someone might be feeling that way about decisions you're making with your life. Like, holy shit, what's going to happen? I think someone's afraid to lose you. But also some of you might just be feeling like, my family lives here and I have a lot of friends here in this situation, but something is really changing for me. Like, I don't know if I can be myself around these people. I don't know if I can keep my mouth shut. Like, you've had to be very quietly dignified. And I think that you want to be around people that make you feel good about yourself when you're with them. And also, because the Seven of Swords is here, I feel like a lot of you really need to hear this. It's okay to give a shit about like what other people may think of you based on who you associate with. Innocent by association, guilt by association. That doesn't always feel fair, but it happens, right? I think some of you are like, I don't know, these people might not make me look very good. Or like, how do I want to come off here towards others? Like, I think you care a lot about your reputation, for those of you that are entrepreneurs, your brand. And again, with the 9th house coming out, some of you are starting to realize like, when it comes to like core values and spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs or political beliefs or like academia, where I'm going, the way I'm expanding as a person, there's just going to be some people I can take with me and some people I can't. That's tough, right? Some of you have felt like for a long time you can't be your real self. But I feel like someone might be afraid to lose you too. Because here's what you need to know where your advice, the 2 of Cups to the Tower. If you have an important, really think about the conversations you're having mid-month, Gem, because you could have a conversation with someone that like kaboom blows their mind. You might be telling someone, hey, I'm kind of getting out of this town or this life or this job or whatever. You may say something that's really shocking to someone. You yourself may have a conversation with someone that changes, boom, everything. Like it shifts everything. That could be a breakup conversation or just a shocking and enlightening conversation. Because Death and the Tower are both cards that represent Scorpio. For me, Death is Pluto. So it's like really slow and really subtle and under the surface. And it's about the way we deal with the world around us and the deeper psychological driving factors in our lives. But the Tower is like rapid, sudden onset, like, boom, it's something, a conversation will change everything. You need to know that. It will shock someone. What you say, you might be shocked by what someone else says. Clarifying this is the Page of Swords, the Star, Aquarius here, and the Five of Wands. And I asked Spirit to give me more on the Five of Wands, and I could not get cards to come out. I'm a jumper, you guys. My cards jump out of the deck for me, and it takes a long time for me. That's why I don't do it on YouTube, because I don't want y'all to sit here and watch me for 10 minutes, have to do this. But they wouldn't clarify the Five of Wands for me. So, and I don't know why. Someone is watching, getting information and curious about a freedom, a renewal, a rebirth of some kind, because the Star comes after the Tower, like what will come next, but then there's all this tension. You might hear one thing that makes you realize you need to free yourself from a group dynamic where people are disagreeing and competing with each other more than they're getting along. Because we have quite a few social cards in the tarot, right? Like the Ten of Cups, that involves people. The Five of Wands involves people too, but it's not the Three of Cups, right? Or the Two of Cups where everyone's happy, getting along, creatively collaborating. This isn't the Five of Swords. Like, it's not like a Jerry Springer shit show fight or anything, but it's like a bunch of people just like working something out, but they all have competitive ideas and different agendas. That's a normal part of life. I feel like what Spirit like wants you to know is be on the lookout for a conversation that tips you off to the fact that you need to get out of a situation where people just aren't getting along. I also think someone is terribly curious to know where you're going and what you're doing. And when you tell them where you're going and what you're doing, it's going to shock them. They may gossip about it to other people. Hang on, I'm listening to see if more messages come through. They may feel competitive energy and jealousy towards you. The Five of Wands can be a bit that, but this person did get the Five of Swords over here. So I do think that some of you are kind of triggering a friend or a family member. And I know you don't mean to. Geminis don't like drama. Yeah, I mean, you're not built for that, really. You're about harmony and love, but the final outcome is the Fool. Wow. Clarifying this is the Lovers. There you are. The Six of Wands and Justice. Wow. Okay, wherever you're going, Gemini, Spirit thinks this is the right choice for you. If you were thinking about creating a major change in your life, you will. You will create a major change in your life, but you will also be successful and proud of yourself in the end. Someone here is starting a new cycle that will lead to balance, fairness. There's a lot about symmetry and balance with Justice and with the Lovers. And the Six of Wands, success. Now, there may be a person around you that's waiting to hear from you, and they're starting to get tense. Make sure you're in alignment with like what it is that you want with that person, because I feel like someone's leaving something behind. But it's very social. It has to do with a group dynamic, tribe or community. And I was like, all right, well, what's going on in their environment? Can you please tell me if it's a person coming towards them, what's going on? What they wanted me to use the Illumination Oracle deck to clarify further about someone in your environment, Gemini. Karma and lessons, it's over, but change is coming. There's a storm brewing, though. Someone wants forgiveness. Okay. So something is over for someone and they know change is coming. Okay, because the Karma and Lessons card came out and you're being seen as the Wheel of Fortune, Gemini, without even realizing it, seriously, you might have played a really instrumental role in someone else's deeper spiritual karmic journey and lessons. We do this for each other all the time without knowing it. I mean, I've had a person that I talked to just one time for 10 minutes change my fate and destiny at least once in my life. So that's happening maybe for someone. But so in the environment, this person sees themselves as the Five of Wands. Well, they might be one of many. Okay. They have a lot of inner conflict. They see themselves as being part of this competitive energy. And the way they feel is the Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with a fire sign. This person might be a ringleader of some kind. They may be the jealous type, or they might just be the fierce type. Their action towards you is the Page of Swords. See, that's why I think this is a person that is dying to know what's going on with you. You might be inspiring someone to step out of a scenario in their life where it's just like competitive energy. They're always a little keyed up in their sympathetic nervous system and feeling a lot of fight energy. The Queen of Wands in her highest expression wants to inspire other people and be a wonderful friend and be a leader and be creative. But in her lowest expression, she has a shadow side. She has a huge ego and she gets jealous easily when she doesn't get a lot of attention, and she can be very competitive. So, you know, there's lower and higher expressions to every archetype, right? And they're curious. Look at him. Tell me more. I wanted to know what they wanted to know. And I have the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the Moon. Okay, someone may think that you're mad at them. Someone may be mad at you. They don't know what to think. They're emotional and confused. They don't have enough information with the Moon. And they're all wound up. They're all wound up. So for some of you, you do have a person around you who's envious. They call themselves a friend and they're not. And they're maybe jealous and gossipy and curious about what you're doing. Because I feel like some of you are breaking out of a situation that's not serving you. And this person is like, thanks, bitch, because now I'm stuck with all these fighters. Girl, please, you like it. You may have a person around you that like constantly complains about like drama and gossip and I can't stand it. And the truth is they're maybe kind of getting what they deserve because they keep putting themselves in this situation. I also think someone does not like the idea of you claiming any freedom. Watch out for people like being trauma bondy with you or enmeshed, like trying to keep you stuck in their stuff. But I also think that maybe you're inspiring someone, but they don't know how to feel and they don't know what to do. Let them go through their own journey. Here's your energy about all of this. Obstacles ahead, you're feeling vulnerable, but the 4-leaf clover, luck is on your side. Luck is on your side for a new beginning. So you guys are the ones really wanting to go towards the new beginning, but you are feeling vulnerable. You're a little afraid to be seen. And you do know that there are obstacles ahead and that there's a storm coming. But you got like, trust yourself, Gemini. You guys are smart. You invented the game. Like what I say about Gemini is Gemini invented the game that the rest of us are playing. Like you can't out-trick the trickster. You know what I mean? And I mean that as a compliment. Like trust your ability to think on your feet and say the right thing at the right time. You can be very dignified. Like it's really important to think about the impression you're giving other people at this time. You want to be very dignified and intelligent. You don't want to come off as triggered or reactionary at this time. Apparently that's important. It's not always important, but right now apparently it is. And you might be having dark thoughts. You may feel like you're kind of the victim in the situation and you have no choice but to get away, but you're going in the right direction. But I feel like it's a matter of timing, especially because the Hangman is here. Like for some of you, this ending, like an ending or a transformation that needs to take place is kind of dragging out. And I feel like a lot of you are saying, dude, the very second I can get out of this situation, I'm going to. Maybe you already have, and this is someone around you like thinking about it. Maybe they've already lost you in some way, but I feel like you're waiting for that moment because you see yourself as the 4 of Cups. So 4s in the tarot represent a stability. You have an emotional stability, but see those 3 cups? That's the 3 cups from the card of the 3 of Cups. And that's friends, socializing, creatively collaborating, getting along with people. You're not picking up any of those cups. Those cups don't interest you. You have another cup on your mind that you're sort of formulating in your mind. You're in your feelings about something, but you're not really doing anything. It's kind of daydreamy energy. The way you feel is the Tower and your action is the 5 of Cups. So this change for you is coming with a feeling of like maybe some sadness or regret. I wanted to know what this was about further. And I have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, see, there's some repeating cards that came out because the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords is here. So I feel like that's you. I feel like this is about you really wanting to grab an opportunity and make a major change and go for it. You're very idealistic about this as well. You're very emotional about it. And you also feel like you need to get out of a situation carefully. Like, I'm not telling you people shit. Is what I always feel like. Sometimes the Seven of Swords is, you know, flat out lying. But often the Seven of Swords is just about knowing that you can't really be yourself in a scenario. You know, like you have to watch your words. You have to watch what you say. You have to watch your step. You feel like you're being watched and unsupported by other people. I feel like this is you saying, you know what? I'm not 100% sure I'm making the right choice here, and I'm sorry about all this, but I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta pursue my own creative dreams. I have to take a risk. I have to take a chance. I don't care if I'm out of my depth or out of my league. And I'm sorry about all this, but I've got to go. I've got to go. I'm also hearing just now that a few of you are like, yup, I know this relationship and friendship and the jealousy thing. I know it. And this person's been trying to control me and they need to surrender. For some of you, you already know who this person is that there's been tension with. About friends, family, romantic partnerships, this jealousy thing, the envy. Like, you've been wanting to get away from this for a while. If any of you have suspected this about some relationships in your life, just know that Spirit sees you and this is your sign that it might be time to make a change. And for what it's worth, yes, this change, you're going to go in the right direction. You need to know that not everyone is going to support you because of the way it's going to impact them. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's your problem, okay? It's either that or someone's really waiting to hear from you. And they're starting to get ticked off that they don't hear from you. But Gemini, you're going in a good direction, okay? It'll be okay. So I hope this reading resonated with you. And if it did, I hope it helped. That's your energy for the middle of February. It's so great to be reading here for you again. I cannot wait to read for you again in a week and a half. I am always listening to the universe for you, Gemini. Take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.